Hello everybody and welcome to Carmen Park for the round of Germany. So there's been a lot of news uncovered since the last race, so there's a lot to talk about. Before we get this race out of the way, first and foremost, which is the biggest bit of news we have, James Constantine has announced that after Season 2 he will be going into retirement. So we have only a few races left with Constantine until the end of his span. But he's going to be starting in 4th as William Brock starts for his 6th time this season on the pole. He's been very strong in qualifying alongside John Arndt. John Arndt has not been performing amazingly well, but now he's on the front row. We'll see how he can do now. In row 2, Scott Roush. Who's also going out after this season, but he's going to go up on his pit box and work with his team alongside, we already talked about him, James Constantine. Then it is, we cannot get a good view. Then it is Max Anderson, who's still looking for that first career win. Threw it away last week, threw it away the week before. He's still working for that first win alongside Johan Arndt, relative of John Arndt. And row 4 is Carson Bowers, 2 wins this season, looking for 3 alongside James Caldwell, who's also looking for a 3rd. And in row 5, it's Zachary Fitzwater Sr., second in points, still chasing Jackson alongside Eric Monaco, who has found a place on Cover Haas next season. Now, speaking of rides, well, first of all, Jackson has been confirmed to go back to WDM, but he is starting way back here today, so he's got a long ways to go. With Constantine going out, they had a spot to fill in the team. Everyone kind of thought Torres was going in that car, but it ended up that it was going to be Nick Pericles going in the 2 car next season, which seems different, but they have a lot of faith in Nick Pericles next season. So he's moving to the 2 car for Epic Motorsports, along with team owner Vance Caldwell, and who's going to go to the team next season, Lawrence Blog, but he was already confirmed far before this. Obviously, you want to watch out for the Trailblazer cars today because it's a road course. So with the manufacturer ratings getting dumped next season, this is their last chance to really shine on a road course, maybe. That just means they're going to get better on a speedway next season, which is good for them. Other people who found places, one really big thing is Scott Ganassi Racing has gotten Philip Scott, Audra Baranowskas, and now Ryan Monaco moving to the 10 car to rank B. Ryan is finally getting another big chance as he's moving from rank D all the way back up to rank B. Very happy for him. He's definitely a good driver. He's had some bad luck over time, but he's moving back to it. That's pretty much all we have to talk about. James Constantine moving out of the series. We wish him the best of luck outside the series, but he's still got a few races to go before the end of the series, and he's still in championship contention. So maybe he'll get 2 championships before his career ends. But we're about to line up and get ready to go. We'll be back when we go green. Alright, about 30 seconds ago before we launch, a few more things. Roman Rahal, we thought he was going to drop out of the car, but because he couldn't really get anyone just yet, he decided that he would move back in the car for another season. So Roman Rahal is going back in next season to the 23 car next season. So we are going to get to see more of Roman Rahal. Still no updates on whether Chris Dodd is returning for any team. Right now, it is all unknown. Aiden Shepard has a team flame ride though, so it's good. But Chris Dodd is still a very big unknown. Alright, the Germany track, our first round at Germany. It'll be William Brock leading him down to the green flag with John Arndt on his outside. This is, I believe, the highest John Arndt has ever started in his career. So if he wants a big chance, now is going to be his time to get it. But William Brock in his 6th time in this position. Oh, Finn guy's in the pits. We have to restack. Give us just a moment. We're still looking. It looks like we're going to go green as everyone's got to get in the line. Yep. Looks like we are ready to go. Checking pit lane. We are good to go. William Brock, for his 6th time in Season 2, will lead him to the green flag at Germany with that beautiful double pit lane. Very unique pit road. Green flag is out at Germany. Carmen Park, brand new track to the series as they barrel down into turn 1. Looks like William Brock's going to get an edge on John Arndt. It's that rank A power that's really been leading him to victory this season. But John Arndt not too far. It doesn't look like he's done yet. Scott Roush slips into 3rd. So teammates 2nd and 3rd. There's that beautiful lake as drivers can't actually drive off into that lake by accident. If it comes down to that. There's some of the Trailblazer cars. Where is Benoit Ravine and Sean Angel? Sean Angel's making moves. It seems. He's going on Adam Vincent, and it looks like he's going to try to get it done. Let's see how many moves Sean Angel's been making, actually. Angel seems pretty fast today. But we only have 20 laps around this track. But it's a decently long track. It's not like it's a short track. No. As it's William Brock leading him down the first lap. As they barrel back down into the corner. John Arndt still in 2nd. He's still lurking on the back of William Brock. William Brock already has 2 wins to his name this season. Art has none. Where's our points contenders? Our other 2. Fitzwater in 10th, not having too bad of a day, but Jackson is 25th, buried. He didn't have a good qualifying, so he has a long way to go. Looks like he's really trying to make some moves, but he just can't. As Jackson just is not fast today, this could be a big problem for his championship. Now Roush on Arndt. He's looking on his teammate. Can Scott Roush get his first win of the season? 2nd of his career. Looks like Arndt's got decent lines, though. He's got nice lines through there. Fastest lap so far out of John Arndt. Not John Arndt, William Brock. Then it's Scott Roush. Then it's Chris Dodd, who is apparently very fast on track, but he is down in 9th. So he has a while to go. He's got to get past Johan Arndt, who's been dropping a little bit, I believe. But it's a battle between Carson Bowers and Johan Arndt on track. Oh, Carson gets a little touchy with Johan Arndt, and this leads Dodd right up to the back. I believe, if I'm correct, Johan Arndt has also found a place, which I believe it was Maverick GP, the new Rank B team coming up next season. He's joined in there, as here comes Chris Dodd on Johan Arndt, as he's going to get the move. Oh, but now he's got the outside into turn 1. Can he pull it off? From the outside, no. Johan Arndt's going to be able to get right back down on the inside and clear Dodd. This is a seesaw motion right now. One moment you think it's Johan, the next moment you think it's Dodd, as Dodd's now closing in on the outside. But Johan still fighting on the inside. He still wants a good finish today. With all this battling up front, it's closing the pack, which is giving a chance for Jackson, who's currently 24th, going to try on Finn Guy. Team Flame, then Red Stallion, then a good ally of his, which is Trailblazer, which Gerard Oran is working on his own right now. No teammates nearby. Oh, Andy Thomas gets pushed wide, I believe. Dude, that are a problem. No, he got tagged wide by Demax. Demax wants to get his way through the pack, so bump and run is totally legit. It's just don't get too aggressive with it or you may knock them off the track, which could get you disqualified. And here's Sean Angel. Once again, Angel looking on another person. He looks very strong. Oh, a little bit of a tag to Eric Monaco. Angel trying to prove himself because he doesn't have a ride next season. So far, he is rideless. There's his teammate Benoit Vervine going down the inside of Adam Vincent, and they have 13th and 14th now. Oh, decently scary incident here as he tagged Zach Smith, go off and slam into it. He would get out of the car though because he wasn't going amazingly fast. So he would be able to get out of the car very shaken up and not too happy. But bad luck for Cordell Paulson. He will be going to a new team next season, which is going to another brand new team that's coming next season, which is Monarch Motorsports. We'll be moving there. John Hart, though, still in second, still trying to catch Brock, but he really can't. Could this be Brock's third win? Could just be complete domination as we're still looking for pit stops. That's where things going to slow down, as this should be another decently short race. As here comes Sean Angel on Eric Monaco, and he's going to get the move done. Now he's got to hunt after second in points, Zachary Fitzwater. That'll be a challenge, as it seems there might be something wrong with Monaco's car. Yes, there is. Monaco going down the right side of pit lane because that's just where his pit stall is. As your pit stall varies on your qualifying position, some people chose left, some people chose right. Sean Angel and Vervine now have some space as there is a huge pack back here which could cause a crash if we're not careful. DeMax isn't doing bad as he's actually trying to keep himself out of harm's way from Lorenzo Log, who's moving to rank A next season. DeMax still doesn't have a ride either, as DeMax still looking for a ride. As with this race with Jackson still not in sight, he's still 22nd, buried through the pack, still. He needs lap traffic to get out of his way if he wants any chance at catching Zachary Fitzwater. This is the first really bad day we've seen out of Jackson in a while. Since Pensacola, really. He had a horrible day at Pensacola, and this seems like it's going to be another one of those days. As he's trying to get on the back of Shepard, not going to work, and he's just going to slip right back into 22nd. So Jackson struggling as the fields now start to spread out. Fitzwater's starting to speed it up. Caldwell speeds it up a lot. He speeds up to the fastest car on track. Angel now starting to put putting good moves down the track. He just pulled a 120.6, which isn't amazingly impressive when you look at fastest times. It's been all of their beams faster, and other people like Roman Rahal, but still, it means he's making up time. Vincent's starting to improve. There's Gerardo Ron. Where's Truck Tauger? And was there a problem with Truck Tauger? He's in 29th. He had a decent starting position, but he's just fallen off. It seems we're missing Sebastian Morandi as well. Another incident in this corner as Morandi would go on the back of Turbo, and Turbo right into the fence, but apparently, as medical teams were starting to approach the car, he got it fired up again. And Turbo would actually drop out of the race, but he would drive back to pit road on his own free will, which is good. But Turbo, bad luck for him. As we continue to look through the pack, as again, Angel trying to put the moves on Zachary Fitzwater, but the gap is still about 2.5 seconds. So if he wants to make up more position, he's got to go with his teammate. But pit stop should start around lap 13. as there's Brock. Now slower than Arndt. He's slower than Arndt and Roush. So John Arndt now trying to close that gap. It's 1.25. So that shouldn't be that much to close. As the Angel gap has gone down to 2 seconds as well. Angel's still putting on the moves. He pulls about the same lap he did before, and so does Fitzwater. So another 5/10 gain. He's even outspeeding his team owner, Benoit Ravine, by a pretty nice amount. It's Sean Angel, seemingly one of the better cars, but it's just because of the rank C power, he's just not going too well. As Sean Angel. As we move back up through the pack, once again we look at Arndt and Brock, as it seems that Brock's been putting up a huge fight as he sees that Arndt was faster, and he's really retaliating. So I believe he just expanded that gap by a good amount. Maybe. No, only by 4/10. It looks bigger. Alright, sorry about that. We're going to go back through the pack and look for Jackson, 23rd. He's actually lost a position to Pericles. Jackson just underperforming today. He just cannot seem to find his footing. There's some people who have already found it. Angel's found his. He's been improving slowly. He's up in 12th. And you got people like Caldwell, who was the fastest guy on track, is starting to drop off now, as these times are getting to that point where they're going to be pitting soon. Springer, okay, yeah, I can see that Angel has closed that gap incredibly since we last looked. It's now down, no, still about 1.9 seconds. So about the distance between first and second is the distance between Fitzwater and Angel. Right now, John Arndt. This is the best position he's been in all season, but he's just not strong enough to reach William Brock, who already has 2 wins on the season, going for his 3rd. I don't think he could win the series at this point. Even though he's still technically in contention, he still has a while to go. He would have to have some massive luck, and with Constantine that close, I don't think that's going to happen. Even with Fitzwater as close as he is in 11. Oh my, okay, that gap is shortening at an alarming rate now. Angel just seems to be so much faster than Fitzwater. But I don't even think it's Angel. I think it's Fitzwater and Karanko, because they just don't seem amazingly fast. At all. As you look at Angel, 121.7, 120.8. That's why Angel closed. He got a horrible lap that time around. It's William Brock, John Arndt in the pits. Will pitting earlier be better, or will it be pitting later that really benefits? Angel closed incredibly now. He's right on the back. Where will the move be made? He's got to make it before pit stops if he really wants a chance to get out ahead of Karanko. Maybe make 2 moves in 1 lap. He's got to really search, though. We'll go check on Arndt. Does Arndt have any forward momentum against Brock? Oh, maybe a little bit of lapped car trouble could help Arndt. But my main focus now, first of all, Scott Roush now in the lead over Konstantin, Anderson, Dodd, and Carson Bowers. That's your top 5 with those early pits. Now we're about to see the second wave of pit stops, which should be the rest of them. Roush, Konstantin, Anderson, Dodd, Bowers with Caldwell. Karanko, all those people. There they come. All these people on the right side of pit lane. No one has a pit stop on the left side. Because the right side's for the leaders. Angel was not able to get the move done. Oh, but the Max is on the left side. He has the whole left pit lane to himself, which could come into massive benefit. Anyone like the Max really has just an empty pit lane to work with. There is Brock. There is Arndt. Where is the rest? Oh, Arndt's gonna get him. Okay. We're back where we started, but now Brock has lost some of his gap. So I don't see Fitzwater. Fitzwater dropped below Bedwalla, Levine, and Sean Angel. This gives another spot for the Trailblazer crew. Especially these two. This is pretty much it for Paul Jackson for today. As he just does not have the speed we usually see out of Paul Jackson as he's battling with Josh Trainer. Close friend of his. But, oh. This will help other people's championships. As now, how much can the people back here really catch either? Because Dodd and Caldwell, we've seen them be really fast today. It's just how long until that gear finally kicks up. Because I believe everyone took 4 tires. And Angel has just cracked the top 10. Congratulations, Angel. Nice so far. Can Scott Roush hold it off and give Team Flame a second and a third? Because if he can't hold off Constantine, I'm not sure how long Arndt could if Constantine were to catch up. In practice, Constantine has been one of the faster guys as he's finally found his momentum again. But it's only in his last few races of his career. He's really got nothing to lose at this point. He just wants to get a win before the end. Could he get number 5 before the season's over? That gap is down less than a second now. John Arndt, could this be his day? Over time, John Arndt has given that comment. Still didn't win, but now he has a huge chance. But only a few laps to go. As he's trying to catch Brock. He needs some kind of big edge on Brock. He needs Brock to make even a small mistake, and Arndt will be there. Angel, I don't think Angel's going to catch anyone. He's still 3 seconds off. But still, top 10 for Angel is going to be great. Roush at this point is playing spoiler to Constantine because now Constantine can't catch. This pretty much puts the win in John Arndt's hands. It's all in his hands now. Whether he can catch Brock or not, I think his teammate really just is trying to hold up the people behind. Trying to give Arndt a chance to just go for it. And Arndt really needs to take that opportunity. He can't take it lightly. Because he may have just sacrificed his race because not only does he have Constantine and Anderson, but he's got Dodd catching at an amazing rate. But 3 laps to go, and William Brock has dominated this race. But Arndt finally seems to have found something. How fast can Arndt be? And even if he doesn't win a podium, that's really good for John Arndt. As we're coming to 2 laps to go, I told you this wouldn't be a very long race, but it would be a race. As now, Arndt, that gap is probably closed, I believe. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's closed a little. 2 laps to go. Will it be enough for William Brock, or will John Arndt swoop in? That gap is closed. 121.6, 121.2. It's down to 0.7 of a second. If John Arndt pulls another fast lap, if John Arndt is able to crack the 120s, He will easily catch Brock because I don't believe anyone actually took tires. He's taken wider lines though. I don't know if that's a strat or just his tires not doing very good. No one's able to catch anyone at this point. No one's pulling any fast laps. No one's even close to each other. It looks like the only big battles on track are for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and for 1st and 2nd. But right now, it looks like Brock has an edge. Arndt needs a mistake out of Brock if he wants to win this race. John Arndt. He's very close. He is close. He is there. He could probably see the back of Brock's helmet through his rear window. He is there. He needs something to win this race. As they barrel down the front stretch, one more time. White flag is out. The gap is closed. Brock needs to make a mistake if Arndt wants to win. Roush still holding him off. Anderson trying on Constantine. As Dodd starts to close in his possibly last few starts. Roush has given him his chance. He let him run. And he's lengthened that gap for Arndt to 6 seconds so Arndt can put it all on the line. This is the closest John Arndt has ever been to a win. But he's got to fight one of the best for it. 3 more corners. It doesn't look like Arndt's got it. He's dominated this race from start to finish. Never looked back from the 6th pole position of the season. Arndt's gotten close at the end. He really tried, but it's not going to be enough. And William Brock wins the round of Germany. He wins at Carmen Park. As John Arndt came so close. The gap at the end was 3/10 of a second. As John Arndt really closed that gap. Roush still comes away 3rd. Constantine in his last start, his first and last start at Germany, takes 4th. Anderson 5th. Dodd tried to close that gap, ends up 6th. Caldwell 7. Johan Arndt gets 8th. Krenko 9th. And Angel for Trailblazer gets 10th. As you look at the points contenders, Zachary Fitzwater 13th. And Paul Jackson 36th. Not a good day for Jackson. Sorry about that. As they're finally ready to come across the finish line, Trainer will take the last points paying position in 30th. Good job, Arndt. He really tried to close that gap, and he really got close. DeMax gets his 2nd top 15 of the season. Decent day for DeMax. Benoit Vervine, 11th. Another good Trailblazer run. But congratulations, William Brock, as he takes it away. His 3rd win of the season here at Germany. Let's go look at your finishing results. So it's William Brock taking the win here at Germany, with John Arndt getting 2nd and Scott Roush getting 3rd. Those are 2 Team Flame cars getting on the podium. Good job out of Team Flame Racing. Constantine, last start here, getting 4th, as you can still see Weber very slowly. Constantine 4th, Anderson 5th, Dodge 6th, Caldwell 7th, Johan 8th, Krenko 9th, Angel 10th. Other people through the pack I mentioned. Some people I didn't mention. Jordan 25th. Not a good day, but he's still got a good ride next season at Clever Haas. Young still in that Rookie of the Year position, and he's still trying to look for that Rookie of the Year. Let's see if he can hold off his teammates going into the final few races. Annie Thomas got ahead of him that race, and Johan Arndt got a great position that race. So maybe his Rookie of the Year is starting to go into contention. As, that got exciting near the end, but overall was a alright race as we got front to end. Congratulations, William Brock, third win of the season, 6th pole of the season, winning it from the pole, which is good for him. As we're going over to St. Pierre once again. St. Pierre was a good race last season. We're hoping for a good race this season, as we'll see a new winner there, as Philip Scott won last season. He's not here this season, but he will be here next season. So it's good to hear that Philip Scott is going to be returning next season. So congratulations, William Brock. We'll see you all at St. Pierre. Ciao.